Welcome to ILA Talks. My name is Natalia Faeh. Today we are hosting an event, Stories of Success. And we're in the beautiful showroom at Q&Co, London. And we have 3 guests, women who have very interesting story to share with us. ILA Talks is hosted also by Influential Ladies Alliance. And Influential Ladies Alliance is a private members organization for women entrepreneurs, business leaders, inspirational women, and influential women. ILA members are role models for women around the world, and they have interesting stories to share. ILA Talks designed to inspire a young generation by sharing the experience, knowledge, and success with others.
'Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. 'Cause you're a sky full of stars.
Your story is very exciting because it almost sounds like from Hollywood to West London.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit yourself? How from the working before, I'm going to go through you can speak a little bit about yourself. How from the Hollywood you ended up in London?
Yeah, it was more of like a personal decision. I decided that I wanted to start a company. I knew I wanted to for a long time, and I thought, well, I'll just go back to LA where I'm from and start it there. But I kind of knew that as soon as I did that, when it became difficult, if I couldn't raise money, all of those reasons that make you not want to start your company, I knew that in LA or in New York, I would just find another job. I would just say, forget it, it's too difficult, let me, go to the job board. Being in another country, putting everything on the line, I kind of eliminated my plan B. So I had to make it work, or, there was no safety net for me. And so I wanted to create that situation.
And now I would like to share a little bit her background because it's very exciting. How from this exciting career she came to London with no plan B and created the wonderful, successful company ScreenHits. But before that, Rose Adkins is a well-respected entertainment executive. She was a well-respected entertainment executive who has worked in senior positions at the Hollywood Reporter, Sundance Institute, and Universal Pictures, where she was director of studio partnerships. After Universal Pictures, she oversaw all foreign distribution for Ralph Farquhar, producer of TV shows such as Married with Children, The Parkers, Real Husbands of Hollywood, which sounds very funny, isn't it? In 2012, Rose founded ScreenHits in London. And now her clients list include Fox International, Telemundo, Hasbro, Venivision, TVF, and more. Rose, can you share your story? Because for some people it sounds like, wow, she had an amazing career in Hollywood. And then for some people it's like a dream, But then you came to London and you started your business. So from this glamorous life, from the Hollywood life, and you came to London and started actually very serious business. You became an entrepreneur. Can you tell us what was driving you? Why you came to this idea, and how did you succeed?
Well, it was actually interesting because a few years ago I created a TV show called The Drums, and I always wanted to be on the creative side, but it was really difficult in Hollywood once you're on the business side to cross over. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to spend my own money, make a TV show. I partnered with Ralph Farquhar, who is a well-respected producer in the industry, and we finished, and the pilot actually got sent to Lionsgate and to Sony, and it went up to the president. So I thought, great, I have a TV show that's going to be made. And then it wasn't. For whatever reason, they chose not to produce it. And I was devastated, but at the same time, I knew I had a great show. But when I started to think about, well, how am I going to sell it? Am I going to have to go to every single channel and distributor and producer and try to find a studio that'll pick it up? It was just too much, and we had already spent all our money on making the show. And so I thought, isn't there some sort of online platform for professionals to go and place their TV show on the site where all the broadcasters or the studios can actually look at it, and if they want to work with us, then we can create a partnership. But there was nothing like that. So I decided to create it. And so that's how ScreenHits originally came about.
So what does it mean that sometimes, when we are facing some difficulties or hardship, that actually it can be the way that bringing us to something else and something much bigger?
Oh, I completely agree. I think that, if I look at everything in life, I probably failed at every single thing, but I don't look at life as failures. I look at them as stepping stones. It's kind of like you have to do one thing, get it out the way, and you go to the next level. And so everybody has something they want, and they may not know exactly what it is, but they can feel it once they get it. And so you may have a job, or you may be doing a project, and it just doesn't feel right. That means it's because it was a learning lesson or a stepping stone. And once you've learned everything you can, either you leave that or the universe removes it for you. And that could be seen as a failure, but I see it as the universe took it away, time for me to find the next level. And I've been quite fortunate that everything in life, when it came to that ending point, it was a natural transition into the very next thing that was waiting for me.
That is wonderful. Okay, is there anything you learned when you became entrepreneur? Something that you learned and you can share with us that they didn't teach you in the business school? I know that you have a
Bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree,
Yeah, in business.
Yeah. So is there anything that you faced, like some difficulties, or I don't know, that they just don't teach you in the business schools?
Yeah, they didn't teach anything that I can apply to running a business. I mean, it's dealing with people. You have to inspire and motivate your team, and some days you're just not motivated. And I think one of the hardest things is that when you're trying to raise money and when you're running out of money and you have team members that aren't working and you're not able to close a certain deal, or clients don't want to work with you because they don't know your brand, you have to still come in and be motivating to your team. And that is something you can't learn, and you kind of learn it along the way. And that's been something that I've had to just kind of pick up. Knowing who to hire. When you have a small company, you can't go out and hire the most expensive person with years of experience, and even so, it's not the right person for a job. I thought, well, I'll just hire someone with 20 years experience. They will come in and help my company grow overnight. And that was the biggest mistake, because those people usually work for big companies. They can walk into a room and they're used to people picking up their call. But when you're trying to sell a new product or change the way the industry does something, these people don't know how to do it. So I lost hundreds of thousands of pounds on those people. And it was actually getting people that were ambitious and hungry and young, that didn't care about the money, but they wanted the opportunity. Those were the people that have helped me build the company into what it is today.
Wow, this is a very important message that you gave us today, and especially for the young women, for the young people that they want to become entrepreneur. This is so important, because so many of them, it's exactly the problem they're facing, because they don't believe in themselves. They think, if I apply for a job, I don't have interview, if I go to the interview, I don't have this experience or that experience. And this message, what you shared with us, that actually what is important is to be determined, motivated, and willing to do it, is much more important than actually sometimes years of experiences or big titles. Would you say that?
100%, yeah.
So what I understood also from what you say, so the key to success in your company and you building this business is people skills. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's everything. You can, trusting the wrong person can destroy your company. Going to a venture capital firm thinking that they're going to help you, they can destroy your company, or they can help your company. And it's you knowing how to read people, to understand people, to build a great relationship. It's going to help you get customers. It's going to help you maintain and keep staff. It's going to, if people like you, they will work with you. If people hate you, it doesn't matter how great your idea is. It's going to be very difficult to build a business. So you have to learn how to get along with people, even if you're not naturally made that way.
So I would say, like my mentor used to say, no team, no dream. So to
100%.
dream to come true, we need to build a team, because we can't make it alone.
100%, yeah.
Thank you, Tina. One question. Now I would like to go completely something something else because in another direction.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite fairy tale when you were a little girl?
I guess marrying Prince Charming, yeah. So. Yeah, why work if you don't have to? No, I mean, it's like, it's great. You have kids, get married, a husband takes care of you. That was just great, but it was a fairy tale. It's not real life.
So if you can rewrite that fairy tale, if you will, I can rewrite that fairy tale that you were reading as a girl to young girls, what it would be, what kind of fairy tale this would be, what you can teach them, what would you like them to read and learn from them?
I think that it's important for people to learn that hardships are okay, that, not getting what you want is okay, not getting that big apple or pie in the sky, it's completely fine. I think that going through struggles and challenges make you a stronger person. So when the right moment and opportunity comes to you in your life, you have those tools to actually enjoy it and acknowledge it and accept it. And you can't really get to that point unless you actually have had all the lessons to really be able to kind of maneuver through them. I was never ready for my life until 2 years ago.
So does it mean, until 2 years ago when you started your business, this is really when the real life began?
Yeah, it's actually really funny because I had a job, I was working for a company and they offered me this ridiculous salary and to move back to LA where I'm from. And I was sitting in my apartment in New York and I thought, wow, this is so much money. And I would get to run this business in LA and go back home. And I went and found this beautiful house in the Hollywood Hills. It was like, quote unquote, a dream, like this beautiful house, this ridiculously huge salary for someone my age and with my background, and being close to my family again. But something just didn't feel right. And I kind of always felt there's something else. And if I do this, it's just not the life that I always felt I would have. So I kind of broke that snow globe and I just said, I'm not going to have this life. And I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just said, I'm just not going to do it. And so I quit my job the next day. I decided to move to London and start a company.
Wow.
And every single job or failed relationship or disappointment has given me the tools I needed to actually survive the past 2.5 years and grow the company.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah.
This was a beautiful story. Now I would like to ask you, where do you see yourself, you, Rose, and also your company? Will it be still there? Will it be not? Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
I mean, that's like a hard question to ask, because when I asked myself that question when I was 21, I never got anywhere near where I thought I'd be in those 5 years. So, I can only really think about today and where I'm going in the next few months. And what I want today is, I want to have a family, so that's important for me. And for my company, I want it to continue to become the industry leader in helping people buy and sell content and allowing producers to have the control to get their content out there without having to pretty much beg people to put it on their TV channels or, on their online platform. I want them to have more control to create great things and get it out to the consumers. And whether that takes a year or 5 years or 10 years, that's, where I hope to be.
And the last question.
Mm-hmm.
What would you recommend, what would you say to a younger you when you were maybe 18, like you, Rose, now? What would you say to that girl? Do you have something that you would really wanted to give her a message?
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So just go through it, but every single thing is for a purpose, and you'll realize it one day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.